Long time no see. Yay.
This is the F1 One Show podcast. We're back again. It's been a long break. I don't know why I'm trying to lift that up there because you can see it. It's a glass of beer. I'm the host with the most, Wayne, and this is the man in the pits with the tits, Brendan. How are you, mate?
Yeah, doing good, mate. Glad to be talking about this stuff again.
Yes, we've got to get back on this. It's been do you know what I found? This break has been too long. I didn't like it. Why was it so long? Is it because of China or Russia?
Yeah, it was China. China's fault. Blame them.
Bloody communists.
Oi, steady on.
Hey, what? Oh, he's out the blocks already. Fighting, right. Okay, so we just go to pit talk, can't we? If we just crack on with pit talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, pit talk. Pit talk, everybody. Okay, I'm just gonna have a moan. I'm just gonna have a moan. I'm gonna share the screen.
What about this time? Sorry, what about?
What do you mean? And unlikely and unusually, I'm gonna come out of the traps moaning. I'm gonna call some people out here. I've had enough of this. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but I'm gonna share the screen, sir. Share screen. I'm going to share this here. Now, to people who are listening on the podcast, this has recently come into the news, and it says, Michael Schumacher, 7-time world champion's family play legal action after AI-generated interview. What kind of scumbags do this?
What, create content?
No, this is a magazine. This is like a German version of, I don't know, Heat magazine. Yeah,
something like that.
Magazine. And for the people listening on the wireless or the tele-majugit or whatever, or listening in your Amazon Alexa, there's a magazine in Germany that's claimed to have an AI interview with Michael Schumacher. There's a cover of it here. Lots of other celebrity salacious things, but Michael Schumacher, great picture of him actually. When he was driving in Mercedes.
Stock picture though.
Stock picture of him with him driving in Mercedes. Obviously, it's not going to be a picture of him. But so,
what exactly is your what's upset you specifically about this?
I think people who print this are scum.
No, that's your thoughts on the people that print it. What has upset you about this specifically? What aspect of it? Is it the fact it's an AI generated interview? Is it the fact that it's with Michael Schumacher, who hasn't given an interview and probably won't give an interview because he's not capable, by all reports, to do that? Is it an intrusion of privacy? What's your
It's all of it. It's all of it. It's immoral. It's foundationally immoral. You're an arsehole if you do this. You know you're going to upset the family. Do you not think? As my outrage, not.
I think it's founded. I think there's been a lot of repercussions. I've not looked into it too
It's
closely,
called making money out of
people's discomfort.
Or tragedy.
But okay, so several things should have happened. The publication should have checked the sources better. They shouldn't have accepted it from. They should have checked that it was a genuine article, that there was permission for it. They should have, run it past he's got to have people that represent him, his lawyers, people that represent his estate, his management. He's still got management.
But these people know that it would never get sanctioned, so they just do it anyway and then wait for the repercussions. The reward for people buying it, I suppose, outweighs the cost. It's a cost analysis, isn't it? So, like, but you can make cars safer, but that the cost of that outweighs the actual cost of the consequences of not doing it. So, paying compensation for people who've died in a car because of a certain thing that you could have changed is least not as expensive as making that change. Does that make sense?
Actually changing it, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're living in an age of absolute moral bankruptcy. Here's another one, right? Let me just stop sharing. Here's another one that has infiltrated my YouTube feed, as they say. Let's just quickly get on. Here we go. Let's just do this. Let's share the screen again, he says, as he's trying to negotiate all these things that are open. Okay. This one, I think, is just what motivates people to do this kind of thing. Now, this is a channel that infiltrates my screen quite a lot. It's called Formula One Race. Heartbreaking update. Michael Schumacher awake from coma. Now, they've got several thumbnails like this. Why would you do that? Well, I mean, why would you Photoshop someone who's in a coma or dangerously ill?
It's clickbait.
I know it's... I know it's a rhetorical question I was aiming at there. It is clickbait, but at what point does someone sit down and go, do you know what, I'm going to do this to get views?
Yeah.
So Formula One Race, if that's your YouTube channel, I'm going to find this YouTube channel. I'm literally dunking on these people. I don't care. There's no one listens to us anyway.
Well, I was just looking at that. Actually, we've got quite a spread of cities that listened to the last one. The most interesting one we've got is Johor Bahur, whatever that is. We've got a couple of listeners in India. Hello, guys. We've got one in Malaysia, one in the United States.
Hey, hello there, all over the world.
Or in Australia.
Yeah.
If that's our friend Carl, big up, Carl. How are you?
Hello, buddy.
The majority are in the UK, obviously. We got a bit of a click in London. All those Londoners, 5 of you, 3 in Swindon, 2 in Gerrards Cross.
Swindon. We're taking off in Swindon.
What I'm noticing though is the areas that are, key, Nottingham, Northamptonshire areas, Milton Keynes, these Brackley, these kind of areas that are Formula One hubs, noticeably missing from our stats.
Oh. How are we going to reach out to these people?
Well, if there's anybody, there's one in East Retford in Nottinghamshire. St Albans. There is one in Milton Keynes. One in Milton Keynes. There we go.
Milton Keynes. I've been to Milton Keynes. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've driven through it.
There's lots of roundabouts. They liked a roundabout, didn't they?
Chennai in Tamil Nadu. We've got a listener there.
Yeah. That's where is that? Sorry.
Tamil Nadu.
And where is that?
That's somewhere in the Indian subcontinent.
Oh, we've got international listeners here, people.
Yeah. And a couple in Wales.
A couple in Wales. Oh, I think I know who they are.
Carnarvon, Llanelli. Yeah.
Can we have a bit more action going on there?
Llanelli. Aberdare.
I'm sorry to bring. I feel like I brought Pit Talk into a very negative area of my own.
You have, mate. That's not what people listen for. The 46, the 65.
Do you not think though that these people need to be told that they're reprehensible?
Yeah, well done. There we go. Anyway, what about Max Verstappen today, eh?
Go on then.
A couple of things that he said. He's so Ralf Schumacher has called him out on his statement that if F1, if Stefano Domenicali went ahead and changed things just for the sake of change, he would leave the sport. So Ralf Schumacher's asked him to pack his bags and leave because there's a new sprint format this weekend. I'm sure we'll get into that in a bit later.
I don't know anything about it. You tell me this new sprint format and cheer me up.
Don't know anything about it. One of the biggest stories in F1 all year, and you know nothing about it. It's
been such a long break. What is it?
You haven't been snipping up every last single snippet, and you're not on the social medias, are you?
I'm not on the social media.
All right, okay. Let me just get the official breakdown of it.
Okay.
Because, let's cover Max Verstappen to start with, right? So, firstly, they've called him out on that, but but he also made a comment in the press and we know how truthful and honest and worthwhile they are, that he's kind of sounding a little bit bored. He's not interested in getting records. He's not interested
in being Hamilton anymore.
No, I think he's quite bored. He's saying that he's tired. It's not as much fun because with the amount of travel that's involved, with the stress and the strain that's on F1 drivers and their families and the teams, it's too much, is what he's saying.
He wants to get back to Mrs. PK, doesn't he?
Well, he's wondering, I think he's questioning his motivation for it. I'm wondering, is he going to do a Nico Rosberg? Is he just going to go, mic drop, done it twice, thank you, or 3 times, whatever, and then walk away?
I can't. Well, it's interesting.
I mean,
because there's a lot of rumors.
Is there a real challenge, right? 3 races in, is there a real challenge? Makes it change me doing it.
Go on.
Is there a real challenge? Do you see 3 races in? Do you see anybody challenging him for the title?
No. Maybe Mercedes, because I think they might be a little bit of sandbagging going on.
Well, yeah, we'll come to their upgrades and their,
Let's do that. Yeah. But I think what happens is, this is going to sound quite harsh as well. Perhaps I'm just too cynical tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me. They leave and then they realise they're not that much good at anything else. I mean, there's lots of rumours floating around about Vettel coming back.
That's in response to Helmut Marko retiring, though. That's not to drive a car again. Today's rumour anyway.
F1 return. All I see is F1 return. And I just think that's...
Yeah, and you don't click on it because all the clickbait...
Well, I don't want to be clickbait. I click on the...
Like, you learn to trust some of the journalists, right? Some of the articles. So, Ted Kravitz was...
There's a trustworthy man. Go on.
Yeah. Well, Sky TV, they're more trustworthy than some,
Yeah.
He was interviewing Marco... and asked him about it, and he said no, he wasn't going to. There was no way he was resigning while he was still working with a good driver like with Verstappen.
Yeah.
So, but he said that he's been in contact with Sebastian, and he's still looking for things. He's still finding himself outside of Formula One. So it's way too early. He's not going to be anywhere near the paddock in the first year. Certainly the first season, he's not.
Yeah,
but I think he will come back at some point. It would make sense if he takes over from Helmut Marko as a new breed, the new sort of generation of motorsports advisor for the Red Bull brand.
I think if you do the championship once, then I don't know. It's like, what else are you going to do? I mean, someone like Vettel, he was bred for it. Literally all the way through since he's been I don't know when he started at the Red Bull training program or whatever it is, a little Red Bull crash where they put them all in a little thing. Here's a helmet, just try it on. But it's all his life. Yeah. And I think I can understand you're going to get bored. You're going to get bored of it. Doesn't matter what job you do. I once saw an interview with Ronnie O'Sullivan and he was saying he was bored of snooker. And people go, why would he be bored? That's what he loves doing. It's like, yeah, but you're doing it every day. It's the same as any job. Yeah. You could have the best job in the world. You're still going to wake up one morning and think, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this anymore.
We've done that on a Caribbean island, my friend.
Did that. Been there, done that. 3 a.m. club. Those were the days.
Natty.
Anyway, the point I'm making is they leave, but then they realise because they spent so much time dedicated to doing this one thing, that to start out doing anything different, you're starting from the bottom.
Yeah, I think Schumacher had it right. He won a couple of championships with an unknown team, and then he moved to another team and that were struggling. Ferrari were struggling, and he won a championship with that, and he made the team better. And then he moved again, and he tried it again. And that was what he was doing. He was keeping the job fresh.
Did he have 2 years out? He had 2 years out.
Yeah, and realised that he was bored, like you said, and then came back.
I mean, if you've done it,
and that's got to be the most interesting thing, is winning it with different teams and developing those cars and those teams, bringing in the winning mindset, that winning culture that we talk about, that I talk about, and then
once you've got the championship a few times, and unless you're dedicated, like Hamilton wants to be the best, but once you've got a couple of them under your belt, your name's inscribed on that plaque. Is it plaque or plaque? Plaque. But it's inscribed there, right?
Yeah.
Why not just give some other young punk a go? Slip down to a midfield team. I don't understand. It's like, where are you going to get your rocks off?
Yeah.
When you leave the lights, whole position, and you dominate the race, where's the excitement for you personally in that? It's just, I don't know.
Achievement and all that kind of stuff.
I just don't get it.
And then is that why who's the guy that's challenging that championship? Oh, what's his name?
What?
We talked about in the last podcast.
Is it a Formula One driver right now that you can't remember?
No. The Formula One driver that he beat him. Hamilton won it. The Singapore Grand Prix should have been scrapped after Crashgate. Who was the one that
Nelson Piquet Jr.?
No, he crashed it. But
Flavio Briatore?
No. Who was the driver that ended up second? He was winning it until Hamilton overtook the guy in the Brazilian Grand Prix. The Brazilian driver, Felipe Massa, right?
Massa.
So
that's
why he wants it changed. That's why he wants to change, so he can get his name there where you're talking about, so that he can say that he's achieved that, which he should have done if they played by the rules. And you can see why he's aggrieved at it, because that's a penalty.
His race he wouldn't have gained any points from that race anyway, because he drove down the pit lane with the fueling hose stuck in it. Wouldn't have gained any points. It won't.
No,
even if
no, he wouldn't have gained any points, but neither would Hamilton. And that is the thing. He would have ended up with more points than Hamilton, because Hamilton won that race or got more points in that race than he did.
Yeah, but this opens up a whole can of worms, doesn't it? Do you not think?
Yeah, it does, totally.
So then Hamilton could lose that championship, brilliant. But then he could take a legal fight.
But this is what we
to the Verstappen.
Do you not remember what we spoke about in the last podcast?
We did, but I'm just.
But that the point of this part is that it would be, he would get his name on that. That's what he's wanting to achieve, and that's his passion still now after all these years. And you can see why some people stay in the sport to achieve that. But once you've achieved it, what do you do after it?
Yeah, there's no drive. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna gain any satisfaction from doing that.
Well, I get justice. Anyway,
you think it's just? It's not. But no, it's not fair, because that's not fair on Hamilton. I don't think that's fair. Is it just?
Well, no, the race should have been scrapped.
That should have been, but right? Okay, yeah. You're saying it should have been scrapped and all points removed for everybody. Okay, fine. But now it's a long time ago. It's 15 years.
It doesn't change.
Is it right that we should take a championship off someone who off Hamilton through no fault of his own?
We discussed this last week. And we're boring people now.
I know. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that's right. I don't, and I think.
Yeah, and we discussed it last week. My point is that,
oh God,
the last
how
show.
long ago? Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, James Allison.
You're bringing it today now. All I had was the Michael Schumacher thing, and you shot me down. Go on.
James Allison back at Mercedes. The whole the Mercedes they got the band back together.
I got the band back. Anybody fired from Ferrari? Yeah.
Not fired, but
asked to leave in a nice way.
No.
There's some.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's not answer that question. Let's answer: has anybody got a new job? And it turns out that he says, scrolling frantically, Laurent Mekies.
Okay. Who?
You'd recognise him. He's on the pit wall for Ferrari. He's assistant team principal, and their race director, Laurent Mekies, is going to take over from Franz Tost at AlphaTauri at the end of the season.
Oh,
Franz is hanging up his headphones, and Laurent Mekies is going to take over. I'm just going to show you a picture. Have you enabled me to?
I don't know. Should I do that? Let's do that. Come on, let's share screen. Other multiple participants. Go for it. You share that screen, my friend. Ferrari staff exits not as big a worry as on track disaster. I don't know.
This guy, do you remember?
Yeah. I saw him in the news today. I saw that hair. Yeah.
So he's going to be taking over from Franz Tost at AlphaTauri.
Right.
And that's interesting because Franz Tost has been quite publicly vocal about how crappy he thinks the concept of the car is. Not performance of people, the entire car. He's been pretty vocal about being crap in the last 2-3 weeks. So I that's not a surprise that he's retiring.
Okay.
Yeah. So
look at it's difficult. See that Leclerc already. Leclerc predicts one of the most difficult weekends in Baku, but is confident for a bright Ferrari future. Talk about poison the well before you even got there. I mean, what's that about?
Well, there's been other rumours as well about all is not happy in the Ferrari camp between the drivers.
Really?
That the team are not happy with Carlos Sainz's performance, and he's under a lot of pressure behind the scenes. Everyone's putting on a united face in front. But they're not happy with the car. Leclerc's not happy with his teammate. The team aren't happy with his teammate. He's not happy. Carlos is saying that it's the team that aren't supporting him. So there's a lot of bickering and squabbling. You can kind of hear that, and it's.
He was not well, as we know, when he had his little crying thing. I think that's probably affected people's view of him. I mean, for me, it was like, seriously, I'm not whether the decision was just. His reaction to it was just, oh my god, it was almost painful to listen to.
So apparently it's an open secret that Charles Leclerc is talking to Mercedes at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, and obviously Lewis's contract is still up for negotiation. But nobody needs to worry. Apparently, we're all right. Blah blah blah. Story. But they're starting to talk about that already.
Really?
The silly season has started on race 3.
Jesus.
There's speculation and open discussion about Danny Rick coming back to the starting grid next season. Kevin Magnussen's contract is openly being discussed at Haas. We're 3-4 races in. There's a lot.
Kevin Magnussen on the way out for Haas. Are you joking?
No.
Because of Hulk, the Hulk coming in and basically crapping all over him.
It needs, you need to be showing that you're earning your keep.
There's no safe seat, is there? There is no safe seat.
It's the merry-go-round starts again.
Ricardo says scarcity of free F1 seats for 2024 doesn't scare me. He's talking the talk though, isn't he, old Danny Rick? I don't know. So the thing is, this could be like we were saying, just a rumor mill stuff, and you don't really know. I mean, what's going on with old McLaren? I mean, is someone gonna save poor old Norris? Is someone
that's it. Yeah, I mean, is he gonna move? It's
So, go on.
Oh no, go on.
I was just going to see. Let's just see if there's any news on this. McLaren, second to none preparation for this podcast. F1 news.
There's been no chat of McLaren in recent weeks.
There hasn't, has there?
Chatter about a lot of other people, Ferrari, Mercedes. Big talking point about Mercedes is the new car. The car's got side pods, but there's still the issue that Lewis Hamilton has commented on quite publicly about the position of the seat. He's too far forward. The whole cockpit is too far forward.
Jesus, that is literally the whole car has to be binned, doesn't it? I mean.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about with the concept of the car. It's got nothing to do. The side pods are quite a visible part of it.
Yeah, isn't that a weight distribution problem as well? Is it? Who's the?
Yeah.
Do you know? It wouldn't surprise me.
And that's why James Allison's been brought back as technical director.
Can they not just get Chat GBT to sort it out? Can you just type into Chat GBT, design me a Formula One car? Just plug in the specs. Chat GBT could do it. They're all fired.
The yellow book of thingies.
They could be, all those engineers will be fired because of Chat GBT.
Oh,
is that is logically possible if you read about how powerful AI is?
Yeah.
Terrifyingly powerful.
That's a discussion for another day, though.
That's a discussion for a few beers and a few apocalyptic chit chats. But
when you come to visit,
yes, I will do. Yes, let's talk about this new
sprint format.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, we've got to do it.
So,
for at least 30 minutes.
The sprint format is going to be totally independent of the race. Okay.
Okay.
So on Friday, you have FP1 as normal.
Okay.
And then you have the Grand Prix qualifier.
Okay.
So
and that's for the Grand Prix. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you get one free practice, and then you have FP3. Then you have qualifying, and in quali you have the regular quali sessions of
Q1, Q2, Q3.
Yep, the top 10. The top, the bottom 5 cars dropping out. It's a 10-minute session each time, and that's fine, right?
Okay.
That sets the grid for Sunday, right? So Saturday is a self-contained session separate to Friday's Grand Prix.
So basically, you're just moving Saturday's qualifying to Friday, and you're disregarding those results in for the sprint.
No.
Okay, sorry, I don't know.
So, on the Saturday, you have what's called a sprint shootout, which sets the grid for the sprint race. The sprint race is 100 miles round the track, whatever that is, 53, 45 laps, whatever it is, right? And you get points for it. And the lap and the grid for that is set up on the shootout, which happens on Saturday morning, or the first race of Saturday, the first session of Saturday, right?
Oh, right. So there's a shootout for the grid for the sprint on the Saturday morning.
Yes. Right, now the shootout for the grid has Q1, Q2, and Q3. Q1 is 12 minutes, right?
All right.
12 minutes on mandatory medium tires.
Everyone on the same tire. I like that.
Everyone's on mandatory medium tires, right? Bottom 5 cars are eliminated, right? Q2, 10 minutes.
Williams.
Go on anyway.
The Williams are immediately excluded.
Because of the bottom of the alphabet, honestly. Q2 is 10 minutes, so you lose 2 minutes.
I was just about to say that if it was in alphabetical order, Williams would have more chance.
Q2, 10 minutes lost. Again, mandatory medium tyres. And then 5 cars, slowest cars eliminated. So you go into Q1, Q3 with 10 cars. You only get 8 minutes to run your fastest lap. And you're on mandatory soft tyres.
Wow. Wait.
And that
all the qualifying sessions have mandatory tyres, or is it just the first and the third?
No, 1, 2, and 3. First 2 are medium tyres. First 2 are medium tyres, and the third one is soft tyres.
Why did they just keep leaving this hard tyre out of the way? Anybody would think it was a bad tyre. I don't know.
They've changed the hard tyre for this year as well, by the way.
But they've made it softer.
They've kept the hard tyre, but they've introduced a different compound as well. So there's the C0. The C1 was last year's hardest. There's a C0 this year. C0, C1, C2, and C3.
Softened it up a bit. Softened it up a little bit. Yeah.
But it was great in some tracks. Anyway, so that sets the grid, and then we have the sprint race, and then there's the first 8 places get points: 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's getting nothing.
Anything for a fastest lap? Maybe.
I don't think so. No, nothing. I don't think.
Okay. And then the Sunday is completely separate from the sprint.
Sunday's just a regular Grand Prix Sunday. Grid was set in qualifying. Qualifying happened on Friday.
And that's happening this weekend.
Yes.
And any hangovers from that? Like, you've used so many tyres for this, so you can't use them in the race, or is it still sticking to the normal qualifying, which is now on the Friday and the Sunday, and that sprint race? No effect on tyres or anything like that.
Not that I've heard about.
So they can't just turn and go, well, I suppose if they're all being forced to use the same tyres anyway, cancels out anything anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And what do you think of this new format?
I don't know.
Okay.
I genuinely don't know. I think
is it diluting the major main product? I don't know.
Well, from the team's point of view, you're risking your car, right? Yeah. You're risking your car in quali, you're risking your car in the sprint shootout, and you're risking your car in the sprint. Otherwise, you'd be doing FP1, FP2, and FP3, and you'd be gathering data. The more data you've got, the better you can race the car, right? And you only have to risk it in quali and the main race, okay?
Okay.
But now you're letting the driver off the leash in quali for the Grand Prix, quali for the sprint, in the sprint, and in the Grand Prix. That increases the chances of crashing the car. Now, in a budget cap era, that's going to be terrifying. So, are the drivers going to back off?
That's interesting. So maybe they'll just what? What did you say?
I said I'm just going to keep talking over every time you start.
Yeah. I think the era. I mean, back here we go. Back in the day, I'm going to get a special graphic where I just do that thing. Back in the day, there's no spare cars anymore.
No. I mean, they've got.
I don't even know why I didn't know that, but I'm pretty sure.
I mean, they carry a spare floor. They've got all the chassis.
They can fix it overnight, unless it's a complete disaster.
They can rebuild it, you know. I mean, they've rebuilt. Look at Mick Schumacher's car, the quali in
Monaco.
Was that in quali?
I just so many times he crashed that car. I can't. Yeah. There was a quali in Monaco where he just smashed it into the wall.
And that was something else that's in the news this week, was about Gunther Steiner, who has released a book.
Oh my God!
Or something like
that sounds hilarious. Anyway,
that's
just the whole idea of him writing a book.
Yeah. But he's great. He's been doing a lot of publicity. He's just.
Is he put to bed the whole Daniel Ricciardo rumors?
No. He's sprung that out again. He's still in discussions with him.
I think this keeps a lot of news cycles going, isn't it? If they just say, well, there's a lot of options here, K-Mag has got to be, performing, and as you know, Nick, and they could just give you a whole word salad of no content about the team. Yeah. And then in the interview, and the journalists will go, I didn't really understand if is no yes or no's here, it's...
Yeah, no, I get that. But so what Gunther said was that you can't have a driver in your team that you can't trust to take a car around the course safely. And he was referring to the qualifying session or the practice session where Mick Schumacher spun the car out. The barriers.
Yeah.
But it's you've got to be able to trust him to do it at that basic time, and that was what he said. That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Was it?
Yeah, when he's pushing it and he hits it, fair enough. If he's going too fast, if it's a misjudgment, he's pushing too hard, whatever. Right, you're doing your stuff, right? That's great. That's what we want you to do. Push it to the limits. You just need to learn the limits, right? And to learn the limits, you go over them every now and then. We all know that. But not being able to take a car around the track when you're not under pressure, spinning it and putting it in the barriers, not acceptable.
That's not, unless something breaks on the car and it's not your fault.
Exactly, yeah.
Which a lot of people say anyway. Broke a bit.
That was Gunther's point.
Yeah, and I think as a team boss, watching someone drive around, and that must be awful, like waiting for them to crash. You're literally watching them go around going,
oh, he's going to crash again.
It's going to crash. And like K-Mag and people like that, they don't do it, So that's a sprint. So you think this is going to, I don't know whether it's going to push up costs.
I think. Do you know what? I think from a fan's point of view, from watching it, sitting in front of the TV over the weekend, watching it, it's going to be quite fun because there's going to be crashes, there's going to be drama, there's going to be talking points. From that point of view, it's going to be good for us. But from a team's point of view, I think it's not a very good idea.
I don't know whether I'm just a bit of a traditionalist and I like just Saturday and Sunday, here's a race. And for me, maybe make the sprint race a separate weekend altogether. And then it's just another race, just shorter. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I want these days. You know, that note,
you know what I want? I want a Murray.
You want a Murray? Let's do a Murray. And then we come back. We can we've got obviously good race, bad race, and we can do our predictions. Talk about the track, Baku, bit of history of the track. First winner, who I'm going to gamble is Lewis Hamilton, having no idea who the first winner was. Didn't we talk about that before? We haven't done our predictions yet.
Oh no, we haven't done predictions yet. No.
Okay. So, he's here. He's here.
Oh, is it where?
Where?
Attack! Attack! Attack!
Time for predictions, really, isn't it? I mean, that's all we've got left. We've got 20 minutes to run through these predictions. So, should we run the graphic? Is it too soon after a Murray to run a graphic and prediction? I don't know. That's always one of the dilemmas in editing. Which no one else cares about that.
Track in Formula One. So this week's race is in Baku.
Oh, hold up. Wait a second. First of all, let's go to predictions.
Let's go to prediction.
I predict a riot. Riot.
So where is it this time? Third race of the season? Race 3, is it?
Fourth race. Is
that's what I meant.
Baku, the capital city of Azerbaijan. First race there was in 2016. The circuit length is 6.003 kilometers, which means on Saturday for the sprint race there will be 17 laps, and on Sunday for the Grand Prix there will be 51 laps, giving us a total Grand Prix race distance of 306 kilometers, 0.049.
How many is that in miles? What do you do? You times it by 0.6, don't you?
You're the mathematician, my friend. While everybody's
my identity a secret here. I mean, it's a top secret. My other internet identity.
What's the fastest lap time? There's only been 7 Grand Prix here.
Right, so I'm pretty much going to name all the winners. Okay, here we go. 7 Grand Prix. First one was what year? What year?
2016. Hang on. If you're going to do that, then I need to Google that. Hang on.
Okay.
So I want to check you, mate. I want to fact check you.
Because
I don't want people coming onto our podcast.
I'm leaning back from the keyboard here.
Accusing us
I'm not. There is not going to be any.
Accusing us of clickbait.
Yeah, we're not going to put some awful picture in the thumbnail. Not like we do that with the pit girls, the grid girls anyway. That's clickbait. But anyway. That's not bad. Okay, sorry. We're just admiring you.
First Grand Prix was in 2017, according to Wikipedia. So this will be the 6th run Grand Prix.
Okay, 2017.
2017.
First one, Hamilton.
After a flying start.
He's after a flying start. No, we've got 5 to go now.
You're wrong.
What? I said second one, Hamilton. The second one was Hamilton.
Oh, you said first one.
I said, you're not listening.
It's the first one then. Come on. Why would you start? On what planet would you start with the second one? Start with the first one, 2017. Go.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. Not the second one, the first one.
The first one, I'm pretty sure Danny Rick has won this one.
Are you talking about has won this Grand Prix or won the one that we're specifically talking about in 2017?
2017.
Correct. Who won 2018?
Oh, after that deliberately misguided first start, and 2018, I'm going to go for Hamilton.
What, freezing your video? There we go. All right, who was 2018?
Hamilton.
Correct. 2019. I'm helping you with accounting here.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. You got my back, buddy. Hamilton again. Okay. Verstappen. Oh, Vettel.
Third life. You're out, sunshine. Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, I forgot about him. Bless him. He changed his.
2020 wasn't held due to COVID-19. 2021.
That's going to be Verstappen. No, Verstappen broke down, didn't he? Verstappen.
What's your final answer?
Verstappen.
Do you want to phone a friend?
Verstappen. I haven't got any. Hamilton.
You're nailing this, mate.
I'm telling you now, if it was the Austrian Grand Prix in 1987, then I'd be fine.
Come on then. One life left.
Let me just pour a nice cool glass of Moretti. This show is not sponsored by Moretti at all.
There's people like walking their dogs and getting bored with you. Come on, give us the answer. They're on tenterhooks.
Tenterhooks. Bottas.
Sergio Perez.
Oh, that was when Perez was in that hot seat.
That was when Max Verstappen went off and he kicked his car.
Yeah, that's a very famous picture.
Yeah. And at the restart, Hamilton went straight on because he hit the magic button on his brakes on his steering wheel at the restart.
Oh, it's a good race. We're in for an exciting race, I think. I like this circuit.
And then 2022, who won it last year?
I've got to go Max now, haven't I?
Yeah. Well done.
I was going to get him.
That filled some content.
That was 6 minutes. 6 minutes down. There we go, people. We are not counting the clock. Don't worry, we don't watch the clock on this podcast. Although we did get to 59 minutes and 53 seconds in the last podcast. I was a bit disappointed we couldn't stretch it out another 7 seconds.
I'll put that down to the editing, my friend.
I'm going to fire him.
Yeah.
So Baku, here we go. What do we like about this circuit? I like that bit with the wall. That bit where they go.
I like the ziggy zaggy bit. Yeah. I like that's a technical description.
I was just about to say, stop. You stop confusing me
through the old
this
town.
technical talk.
Yeah, and then you come down through the old town's all wiggly and weird, curvy, and there's bends and stuff. And then the new town, it's all dead straight. It's just a box. It's like bump, 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 and it's pretty.
Is it a high-speed track? Is it a high-speed track?
I would say it is. There's 2 DRS sections. There's
only 2. That's not going to help Red Bull.
2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, 6, 90-degree corners in it.
7.
That's pretty low speed.
Doesn't that make it an octagon? No, it wouldn't, because 90-degree angles wouldn't. 7. Forget it. Right. Okay. So. Because if there were 90-degree angles, it would be some form of square with 7 corners.
Well, there is a bit of a square. I would show the track image that I've got here, but I'd probably copyright strike for it.
You can show the track image.
Oh, there we go. We can show that one.
I haven't pushed the share button. The sharing is caring, isn't it? Multiple participations.
Go on then.
I've done it now. Push the button. Click some button.
The Sugar Babe song in that.
Oh, it's got a square in it. See, so that's what these 90-degree. See, I'm not a square.
The 90-degree corners are Corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 16. Yeah.
If you look at corners 1, 2, and 3, you think that when they were making that, they got all the way to up past corner 3 and thought, "Hang on a minute,
We got to make this a bit more.
we better make a right turn here somewhere."
We
finished the track, sir.
Yeah. That's a square.
yeah, you've made a car park. Brilliant. It looks interesting, doesn't it? Yeah. So this is this the wiggly bit here? The 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
I think so, yeah. And they
call that a chicane,
castle, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a funny It's a funny old place, Azerbaijan, isn't it? It's the capital of Azerbaijan. I've been looking at all the countries that have Stan at the end of them. Turkmenistan.
No Big Makistan.
Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. There's lots of stands.
Kazakhstan is where the Soyuz space program is run from. It's a massive center of rocket excellence and space exploration.
Really? Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
When you say it's a massive, is that where they just crash, or you mean they build rockets?
Well, they launch and recover them there.
Oh, right. So that SpaceX, does that go from Kazakhstan?
No, the Russian ones do.
Oh, those Russians. Did that used to be a Russian?
Yeah.
Oh, it did. So it broke away.
Most of the stands were part of the Soviet Union.
Oh. Afghanistan wasn't, but that was a very contentious place.
They tried.
They tried, didn't they? They did.
Let's not get into politics.
And that's the politics section done.
Fastest lap we've not done. Who won the fastest lap there then?
Who got the fastest lap of all time? I'm going to say Verstappen. I'm crying out loud. This isn't going to be a good season for me, I can tell right now.
It was Charles Leclerc in 2019, and his the lap record is 1 minute 43.009.
And there's no changes to the circuit?
Not as far as I know.
Okay. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, ladles and jelly spoons, it's time for predictions. So now, I'm going to start with you, Brendan. What are you going to go for lap time?
For lap time, let me see. So just to give you the same information that I've got, the lap record's 143. Last year's fastest lap was Sergio Perez, and he had a lap time of 146, and that was on lap 36. And that was quite a disjointed race, right? And that's the thing you got to take into account here.
Yeah.
Tire age and all that kind of stuff. So, they could go one of two ways. And I would thank Bernie, the new...
Bernie Eccleston?
No, Bernie, what's her name? The Irish Bernie that used to be the strategist for Aston Martin, and she's now a Sky.
Yes, I did take notice of her. Yes,
yeah,
that sounded a bit creepy. That really sounded creepy. Sorry, go on. For me, I just
she's an interesting person. She was saying that if you keep a good set of tires for the end of the race, if there's a safety car, especially in tracks where there's a high likelihood of it, then you can go for the fastest lap as well right at the end. So I think the lap record is going to the fastest lap this year is going to be a lot lower than last year.
It's just the longest preamble for a fastest lap. What's going to be the fastest lap, for crying out loud?
I reckon 1:45.064.
Oh, so it's going to be higher. Wasn't it 1:43?
Last year's lap was 1:46.
Okay, sorry. It was so long ago when you gave me that information that I forgot.
Oh, shut your grid, by the way.
Who's going to get pole?
Who's going to get pole? Who's going to get pole? We're just doing the Grand Prix, just doing the big race, aren't we?
Yeah. We can't be. I can't keep up with this.
Verstappen.
Verstappen is going to get pole.
Yeah.
And for pole, and the fastest lap.
Fastest lap, I think, could be Perez. I think.
Do you think Perez has still got something in him? As they say. Do you think he's going to go for it still this year, or do you think this 100%. Long time off? Someone's had a word in this.
No, he's going for it. He's either going for the championship or a seat at another. He's got to feather his nest for somewhere else. Nobody wanted him at the end of Force India. Red Bull took a chance on him, and he's shown that he's a good driver. So he's up to stock. If he doesn't have that, he's got to show that he's got that Red Bull seat next year. And if he wants to keep it, he's got to be fighting Max all the way. Whether he keeps it or not, if he's fighting Max the whole way, he's either keeping the seat or he's getting a seat at another good team.
Right. Okay. So who's going to win?
He's going to fight the whole way.
Okay. Who's going to win?
I hate to say it. I think it's going to be Verstappen. And I'm not out of not liking Max, but out of a kind of getting bored kind of way.
What, sort of like an easy, safe bet kind of thing? Yeah. You're doing it for the points.
Yeah.
And then Perez second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everything goes to plan, then I reckon Vettel will be in there in third.
Vettel?
Not Vettel. Alonso.
I was thinking
another former champion that races.
Nicky Lauda might pop in as well. And I reckon Senna is going to be 8th.
Hey, Schumacher's racing apparently.
Oh, don't start this. Oh, that's immoral. Come on, where are we going? Which Schumacher are we talking about? Oh, right,
right,
come on.
Where are we?
You've lost all the train of thought now, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Alonso third, please. Can you hear the drums, Fernando? Then Hamilton fourth, Russell fifth, Stroll sixth.
Slow down. Where's my Hamilton?
Bottom left, down beside, just above Albon. There you go.
There he is. Hamilton fourth. Yeah.
Yeah. Stroll. Or did I say Russell? I can't remember.
Oh, well, we'll soon find out. Russell next?
Yeah. Leclerc.
You still think these boys have got it? There's Leclerc there.
Well, who's the rest? It's going to be a bit of a mess at the back there, isn't it? I reckon Bottas. Oh, do you know what? Hang on, stop. Pause just there.
Okay.
Gasly, then Bottas.
All right, let's put Bottas there. Where's Gasly?
Over to your right.
Gasly.
And then the Hulk in 10th, I reckon.
You got the Hulk. You want the normal picture of the Hulk, don't you? Have we got a normal? There he is.
I don't really mind. You've just decided that you get the colourful ones.
Well, there's two pictures, two goats here. Okay. I'm going to go for
K-Mag to win, is that?
K-Mag. Well, I'll go for Vettel. You seem to be highly rate him. I'm going to go for... I've got a 7-point deficit here in my points.
Ooh.
I do feel like Perez, he says, while looking for the other Perez, it's not there. It's not there. Let's go for here. I'm going to go Perez to win. I'm going to go Alonso second. Wow. Strangely feminine. I'm going to go... I'm going to go... I'm going to do what? I'm going to give Stroll a podium. I'm going to...
Wow, this is a shocker.
I'm throwing it out there. I think he's going to have an unusually bad start for Verstappen. I'm going to think... The thing with Verstappen is it doesn't matter where you drop him in the grid. He ends up winning or second.
Yep.
unless something breaks down. I reckon something's going to. I'm putting him there. Right, now I'm going to read these out for podcast listeners. Don't worry. So I've got Stroll third. Now we're going to have the goat fourth. Still on the edge there. Where's Russ? Rusty Rocket's there, but Russ there. Fifth, Russell. I just think Leclerc. No, hang on. Little flyby by Leclerc there. Who have we got? I don't know. This isn't a good choice. So, this is tough now because I'm gonna go. I'll go Sainz there, sixth.
Yeah.
Okay. Sainz sixth. We've got that.
I reckon he'll crash.
You reckon Sainz will crash? You reckon the pressure's going to get to him?
As much as I like him, I think he's going to crash.
No, I like you a lot, but now I'm stumped. I'm going to put Bottas seventh. I'm feeling like they're going to have a little bit of a renaissance. Some of these teams that haven't done well so far may get their act together. Tsunoda 8th, Verstappen 9th, and Leclerc 10th. And my pole. Why does that always do that when I do that? My pole is going to be Verstappen.
Okay.
My lap. Oh, why is that going like that? Let's just do this. Stretch that out. My fastest lap is going to be Perez, and the lap time is going to be 1.45.546. Oh, okay. So I've got Perez to win, Alonso second, Lance Stroll third, Nigel Mansell fourth. I'm joking.
Well, you've got the goat there, so technically
the goat, Lewis
Michael Schumacher.
Number 5, George Russell. Number 6, Carlos Sainz. Number 7, Valtteri Bottas. Number 8, Yuki Tsunoda. 9th, Verstappen. 9th will be just. I mean, even Verstappen will be going what?
Wow.
And Leclerc 10th. I'm rolling the dice.
Yeah, you've not got an Alpine in the top 10. That's punchy. You've got a Alpha Tauri,
yeah,
and Alfa Romeo in the top 10, and not an Alpine. Right? Okay.
I'm willing to risk that for a biscuit.
Controversial. We like that. We like controversy. That's what it's all about.
There we go. So I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? We've done our predictions, people.
Yep.
So let's bring on the race. And is it a week before the next race?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Because if it's 2 weeks, it's fine. We can still do one a week because we could do the predictions for the next race. You know what I mean? I want to get back on this now.
It's next week. It's the 5th of May is the next one, and that's the Miami Grand Prix.
I'm looking forward to that. That looks good.
And it's 2 weeks till the Italia, Emilia the Romano, longest name in history, and then 26th of May. Then it's a week till Monaco.
What? Monaco? What date is that? Monaco?
26th of May. Well, the race is the 28th of May.
Wish I was Monaco. Oh, one day I'll get there. One day, my friend. And on that note.
And on that bombshell, if anyone wants to sponsor us to the Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah. Buy us about 7 million cups of coffee.
I think no. Just, if you want to invite us as their guests.
And by the performance today, I'd say we've advertised ourselves well.
And if the guy that's listening in Milton Keynes is attached to the Formula One industry in any way, shape, or form, you can see we know what we're talking about. We're the kind of people you want.
Clearly, can hear that we're a professional outfit. Quite clearly.
Clearly,
it's a sin.
Bud Light Starship all day, but there we go.
Who's Buzz Lightyear is?
Yeah, it was like.
Oh no, hang on. Do you know, I got confused. I thought that was Buck Rogers. That's an X-wing fighter, really. Let's be honest.
No, it's not. Anyway,
don't get me started on that. Right, okay. And on that bombshell,
on that bombshell,
we love you and leave you, and we'll speak to you next week. We will speak every week now. We've had that long break, but I think now the races are now they're going to be more than one a year. We can up our game.
Don't tell Verstappen he'll bug out if it's more than one a year.
More than one a year. He's going to go. He wants to go have another.
Put some effort in, mate.
Another
anyway,
PK. Okay.
See you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye.